car won't start. Wonder what's wrong with it. See, we all have times where we can't start the car and the battery's dead. One way you can use to start the battery is to jump start the car, and I'll be able to show you that in this video. Now, the first thing you want to do when you're jump starting a car is open the hood of the car. And one way you can do that is you could find something on the left side of the driver's seat where there's usually a little indicator that you can just pull on like this, and you'll hear a little click and the hood will pop open and you'll be good. Now the next thing you're gonna have to do, the hood will pop open like a few inches, like you'll see right here, and you're gonna have to like feel along under it, and there'll be like a switch under it you could use, and you could open it up like this, and then you'll see inside we got everything here, and you'll see the battery over here, which is what you're gonna need to jump start the car. The next thing you want to do is you want to connect the jumper cables to the good car. But first, you want to make sure that if you're putting the cables on the ground, you want to make sure that they're not touching, because if they're touching, they're going to be making a big spark. Alright? So, when you go in here, you're going to want to look for something red to attach the red thing to, because that's going to be a positive, and red is always the positive one. So, right there, you're going to take that, open it up, and make sure the teeth are like firmly clasping it, like this.
Firmly grasp.
And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this black one, which is always a negative one. You're going to look for something in the car that has a negative sign on the battery, and you're going to want to attach it to there, clasp it on like that, and that's it. That's how you connect. Alright, now the next thing we want to do is going to be a little bit tricky, but for the first step, you're going to want to take the red clip right here, and you're going to find something red on the other car battery, the one that won't start. You take it out, and you're going to clamp it on the positive one right there, just like that. And the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to take the black one. This is the tricky part. You're going to take the black clamp, this one right here, and you're not going to want to hook it up to the negative one that's right here. You're not going to want to hook it up to that one, but you're going to want to find something like a shiny metal part next to the engine right here that you're going to want to hook that to, just like this. Just like that. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start the good car, and we're gonna have to wait a little while for the battery on the dead car to charge up. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is, if the car is really dead or it just won't start, is what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to turn the idle up a lot higher, so that way the alternator, which is in here if you can see it, it'll start spinning a lot faster, and then the car will gain a lot more power than it would if it were just sitting in idle. Alright, so after you have everything ready and the car has started, you want to get the cables off the cars as quickly as possible. And you want to start off by taking off the ground cables first. You want to take off both of them. But I only have one car, so. And then after you take off both of the brown cables, you want to be able to take off the red ones after that, and you should be good. Alright, now another way you could use to jump start the car is one of these that you could carry in your trunk. These are ones where you don't need another car to jump start it. With these, you're just going to have to hook up this. You're going to take the red clamp just like this, like we did in the other part, and hook it up right here. And you're going to take the black clamp like this and hook it up to the negative part right over here. And after that, it should be charging the battery for a little bit. It might take a while, but it'll be able to jump start the car and you'll be on your way. And that's another way you could jump start your car. Alright, now just to recap on how to jump start the car, you want to take the brown cable off the good car first, and then you want to take the brown cable off of the bad car second. And then after that, if there's like a rotten egg smell, you want to be really careful about that because that might be gas, and that could make a spark and explode the car, and nobody really wants that to happen. Now, the last thing you want to do is make sure you put everything back in place, and you're going to want to close the hood like this, and that's how you jump start a car.